We are live. This is the Reseller Wake Up, episode 178. It's Friday. Holy crap! Is it Friday? Seriously? What's going on, Deb? How you doing today?
Good. I'm gonna reorganize my eBay room again.
You keep cleaning it. And
I think I do it every month. Yeah, because I organize it and then I realize like this doesn't work, and then I have to do it again. So this is like time number 5, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I've got some organizing to do myself. I've been doing a pretty good job and just getting stuff listed and everything, and it's finally starting to pay off a little bit. My eBay sales are up quite a bit, and I mean they're just like it's gradually building it back. You know, I want to get back to like 3 to 5K a month on eBay, and stay there on Amazon too. Just maintain that, then I'll be happy. I think I'll be able to wing that way pretty for a while. I mean, I don't know. Now that I've started going to the land pit once a week, I feel like I'm not paying anything for inventory. It's almost like it's free.
I don't like going to the weigh and paying, but when I did go, I felt really like my anxiety level and my adrenaline level were like, you know, really high, both of them. And then I found myself just buying things just because they were cheap. You know, it's like things that I wouldn't normally pick up. I'm like, oh, but it's like 75 cents, you know, like, no.
I do that, but only because usually it's stuff that would, like if I went to Goodwill, they'd be selling it for $10, but at the Wayne Bay,
here are just
50
ugly.
cents. What's that?
The people here are just ugly. Like they're rude and mean, and there's so many resellers there. Like, and when the shoe bins come out, it's like ridiculous. And then the book people, when I went to the weigh and pay, the book people there, the book scanners, made me hate all book people. I was like, oh my God, if that's the way you have to act to be in the book selling business, you really need to reevaluate your life. Like, they are so rude. They're like, I'm not saying all book people are that way, but the ones at the weigh and pay where I live are assholes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is Colorado. People are nice in this state. Actually, it's funny. Like the shoe guys, yeah. When the shoe bins come out, yeah, they attack. Okay, and I usually just stay out of the way. I'll try and, you know, I'll watch. It's like, all right, I'm gonna try and get those and those and those, but I can always turn around and go back after they're done and find like a dozen pair that are good money. And then if I see something that they have, like when they're going through shoes, they've got like their 100 pairs or whatever that they're all like going through. It's like, oh, those are really nice. Do you really need those? Oh no, here you go. You can have them. Like all the time.
I was really nice when I went. Like I would help people find their other shoe. I'm like, I'd find it like 3 aisles over. I'm like, here's your shoe. They're like,
yeah.
Because they're not together. So you find like one shoe and you're like, oh man, I really want this one shoe. And then like, there's no other shoe.
I know. That's one of the fun parts about it though. It's like you're sitting there. It's like, wait, I just saw that shoe over there. Yep, there it is. Sweet.
Yeah.
So stupid, but it's fun. Just makes it more interesting, I guess. But I don't know. I don't
like it.
I like the clothing.
I would not go through all that clothing.
Oh.
I would catch some kind of disease.
No, I mean it's.
And I'm not even one of those germy people that's like, ew, icky. I'm not even that person, you know. And I think it's gross.
Okay, so
there's like hepatitis in there.
In my experience, people don't donate dirty crap. They donate.
Oh, I know that the clothes didn't come in that way.
Yeah, but they don't do anything to make them dirty. They just take them out of the bags and dump them in the bins. I mean,
I know, but those bins are gross. There's like MRSA in there.
Okay, I'll just.
There's like salmonella in the bin.
Okay. Yeah, so wanted to talk about the eBay fees. That I've been in this conversation with several people, and it seems like a lot of people just don't understand like eBay fees and what happens when you get a store and how those fees change. Because we were talking about this the other day, why you should have an eBay store. Like, if you got any amount, just pay the freaking $20 a month or whatever, and get an eBay store. If you're listed more than like 20 or 30 items a month, it's probably worth it. What's up, Jake? How's it going, man?
What's going on, man?
Not much.
I'm actually out and about today, but I wanted to hop on and let you guys know to check your charges. I just got hit with the Amazon Mexico MX something or other charge, and apparently a bunch of people got hit with it. So I went ahead and called PayPal. They flagged it as unauthorized, and they're going to let it go through, flag it as unauthorized, and I'll get my money back within 24 hours.
It's in PayPal? It's an Amazon charge in PayPal?
Yeah, well, because I use my PayPal card as my payment method for Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think they let you do that anymore. Okay.
If you have a credit card, the PayPal credit card, you should be able to do it.
Right.
Okay.
I'm looking. Where do you find this charge? Because
yeah, I don't have one.
all I see are my standard fees on my.
You may not have got hit with it, but I know a lot of people on the forums did.
Where would I go to find it if I wanted to find out?
Just go to your charges, like wherever you can check what's been charged. Like, are you going through PayPal?
Nope.
No, then I don't know.
I don't get. No, I never see any of that. When for me on Amazon, I just get an invoice every 2 weeks, and they say this is how much.
No, he's saying that there's a charge going through PayPal that is linked up to Amazon because he uses his PayPal card for his Amazon backup.
So it's not a seller fee. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a glitch on Amazon's end.
Yeah, I don't connect those two. I heard that like when people get all screwed up sometimes when their PayPal cards expire, and then Amazon suspends their selling privileges for like 2 weeks until they get it all fixed.
I didn't have my selling privileges suspended, but they did freeze my payments for like a month.
Yeah, something like that.
I didn't get them.
Yeah, I had that problem.
I know Jameson did too. That he couldn't get paid.
But yeah, wherever your charges are for your Amazon stuff, check that and make sure.
Yeah. I know Gotti, but I don't connect them.
I don't see anything. Looks like I'm good.
Cool.
But thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, that would ruin somebody's day. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Annoying.
Especially if you're out and about and you're like, I have no money anymore.
Well, it sucks because they gotta cancel my card and give me a new card. So
I
like
would
for the next
that people always set up another card. You can get multiple cards, and you can set up like an authorized another, your wife or your kid. You could put any name you want, really, and have an extra card. I always keep an extra card.
Yeah. Well,
that would be a good thing to do in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I'll have to do. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and let you guys know about that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, check your bank account.
That's Jake with breaking news.
That's right. On-field reporting.
Yeah. So you out garage selling then?
Actually, no. I'm shopping for my wife's birthday present.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But she ain't getting much because the PayPal ain't got no money in it no more.
Amazon took it all.
You're getting a cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
So, I'm waiting for a store to open so I could go in and get her gift. She thinks I'm working.
You better not be in front of a Goodwill.
I'm in front of the Dollar Tree. What are you talking about? I go all out.
I made you a bundle, baby.
That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to talk about the fee structure. Like I said, Wednesday when we talked about why you need an eBay store, didn't even mention like the break on final value fees that you get in like different categories, and I mean some of them are pretty significant because if you don't have a store, then every sale is 10% goes to eBay, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
So they get a 10% cut. But as soon as you get a store, then it doesn't, like, the final value fees are the same no matter what level store you have. As long as you have a store, you get these. It's like 4% off of computers, tablets, like routers, stuff like those electronic type computer stuff, video game consoles, heavy equipment, whatever that means. And then like bigger stuff. I'm reading this right off the page. Concession trailers and carts. So like if you want to make a food truck or something, you're buying your food truck from eBay. I guess it's only, or you're selling your food truck on eBay. It's only 4%. Imaging and aesthetics equipment and commercial printing presses. I didn't know you could buy commercial printing presses on eBay. That's pretty sweet. But I guess it's mostly just like big, heavy stuff that would cost more to ship. They just give you a bigger break on your fees. They go down from 10% to 4% when you get a store on that big stuff.
Yeah, so it ranges from
Huh.
4 to 9%.
Yeah, I guess
Generally 9, but
most of the stuff is going to be 9%. You know, 9 it's like clothing, shoes, collectibles, home and garden, cameras, cell phone accessories, jewelry, watches, sporting goods, toys, makeup. You know, just video games, DVDs, all that stuff. It's all 9%. But I mean, still 1% is 1%. I mean, if you're doing $5,000 a month, that's $50. Just
yeah, but if you're doing $5,000 a month, that would be hard to do without a store.
yeah, that covers a premium store subscription right
Yeah,
there
it'd be
without
kind
even
of,
looking at the
yeah.
listing fees and stuff like that that you have to that you're gonna save on. But yeah, let's see. The tiers are like 4%, 6%, 7%, 8%, and 9%. So yeah, the 4% is like the big expensive heavy stuff, and then as it gets smaller and lighter, you know, like 6%, select cameras and photos. So I'm guessing like professional camera equipment, some lenses,
So for
DSLR,
you,
that kind of stuff is probably going to fall into the 6% category. And I need to figure out how to like find out exactly what you're getting charged because it's like it says coins and paper money. Well, that's pretty straightforward. But like select cameras and photos. That's
it just depends on the category you put it in.
yeah.
If you put it into the certain categories, then it's 6%, and if you put it into a different category, it's 9%.
No, but it says like some cameras and photos get charged 6%. Some
That's what I'm just
other
telling
cameras
you.
and photos
It
get
depends on
charged
what
9%.
category you put it in.
I know, but which one's which? How do you
Click
on
on
it?
the little button, and it tells you which ones they are. It tells you the ones for car electronics, pro audio equipment, memory cards, all camera and photo that is not classified as accessories, and then cell phones and accessories, all consumer electronics, all video games and consoles, and all computers and tablets are in the 6%. And then the other ones that are in the 9% are going to be camera and photo accessories that are not memory cards, replacement parts and tools for cameras and photos, tripods, other camera and photo category equipment, cell phone accessories except for memory cards, other cell phone accessories, replacement parts and tools for cell phones, iPad, tablets, ebooks, and accessories except for memory cards and adapters, keyboards, mice, and pointing devices, laptop desk accessories, networking equipment, power protection, batteries,
So what I'm
power
doing right
electronics.
now is
Those
looking
are
at
all 9%. So,
I'm looking up like Canon Rebel T3i, and I'm pulling up this category, looking into cameras, and I want to figure out where you would find the actual fee that you get charged for selling in that particular category, just so that you know. I don't see it.
I wouldn't even take the time to ever look that up.
Well, I'm just kind of curious because like I'm not gonna do it every time, but if I know ahead of time, then you can when you're listing stuff, then you can pick which category you want to list it under a little better, you know? I mean,
You could try to... Yeah, I mean, it really is just the difference between figuring out what's considered a video game or a camera, consumer electronics, into which one goes into which category. Because all video games and consoles.
Well, no, video game consoles are 4%, and video games are 9%. Looking at it, I mean, that's what it says on the actual chart, the uh, eBay store fee chart, maximum fee. And another thing, like the maximum fee you can get charged without a store is $750. The maximum fee you'll get charged with a store is $250. If you're selling something really expensive, you know, like a car or something, I guess, then you probably want to make sure that you have a store before you sell it.
Yeah, I've never really looked at any of the fees. I always just considered them being less than 10%, and that was all I thought about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pay too much
Go
attention.
any further than that.
I don't pay too much attention to it, but I feel like it can. I mean, it would help me make decisions. You know, like
I mean, if it's a consideration of 5% on a $50 video game, is that $2.50?
yeah,
I think you just took like $2.50 of your brain power to like
I'm
figure out which
thinking more.
category to put it in.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like Xbox One consoles and PS4 consoles, like brand new. You know, I go to GameStop and there's a
Yeah.
deal that they've got where I can get it for like $250. How much money do I make after I sell it? Plus,
Right.
like, what's the difference? I mean, that 5% on a $400 sale could be the difference between making it worthwhile and not. You know?
Yeah, but I thought that
Right.
the consoles were at 4% anyway. You're not gonna get any lower than that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But
Okay.
like I said, it's just
I mean, there's nothing lower than the 4% one.
no. But I mean, I might be looking more at consoles if I could. If I know that it's only 4% versus I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Just so you don't think that it's even worth looking at, even though we're talking like a 5% difference on. I mean, 250 on a $50 video game, not a big deal. But if you're selling $500 worth or $10,000 worth of
Well, the issue
$50,
is that the most expensive items that you're going to be putting on eBay are generally electronics,
mm-hmm,
like computers, tablets, laptops, that kind of stuff. Video game consoles, those are already at the lowest percentage of a fee structure. I mean, the only other thing that comes different than that are like cameras can be really expensive, but I mean, even they're at a really low fee structure. I mean, 6%, you can't, I mean, there's not really another category you could put it in that would make it more beneficial than the price it already is at. You know,
right.
as far as percentages, and I don't really know a whole lot of other things. There's nothing that you can have as like a collectible. I mean, maybe if you had a collectible camera and you were thinking like a vintage camera, and you're like, oh, I'm going to put that in collectibles as opposed to putting that in camera, and
Mm-hmm.
you sell it for $400, and then it's a 3% difference. I mean, that might be something to consider. You know, as opposed to putting it in vintage collectibles, you put it over on camera. But
Right.
Right. I mean, I think if you're selling a bunch of high dollar items, which
like maybe if
I
you're
don't.
wheeler and dealer, you
Yeah.
might want to put them in cameras instead of collectibles. That's a
Right.
3% difference.
It's like
It's
maybe
definitely good
versus
to know.
right. So Jessica asked about the $250. The maximum $250 fee is for one individual sale. So I guess how much would you have to?
It would be like $2,000, right?
Like $2,500. Yeah, for that's 10%.
So it'd have
I
to be
want to
like
sell
a.
something for 2,500
I mean, people
bucks.
have sold that. What'd you say, Jake?
I want to sell something for 2,500 bucks.
I always
Right.
do that on Craigslist. I keep that stuff off of eBay.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, guys, I gotta go.
All
But I
right.
wanted to
Oh,
pop
the
in and
store's
let you
open.
know. I'll see ya.
Later, Jake.
Bye.
Yeah, I think the most I've ever sold anything for on eBay is like $400 or $500. It's not very much.
My biggest sale, I think, was like $350.
Yeah,
It
and
was it was that coffee bean roaster.
yeah, I've had several at that, but I mean that's kind of like my upper limit. You know, when I get past that, I kind of get back and reevaluate and start thinking about, can I make almost as much on eBay or selling this locally, even, and mostly because of the fees and the shipping and everything. You know, I mean, I sell something for $500, eBay gets their cut, and next thing you know, I'm paying like 50, 60, $70, and I've got to ship it and I got to deal with returns and all that other stuff. But if I can get $400 for it, cash, face to face on Craigslist, and then never have to worry about it again, a lot of times I'll just take the Craigslist money.
People don't think about that stuff, about the difference between one thing and the other. It was my landlord's been trying to rent this other part of our house for several months now, and she would never lower the price, but she kept putting modifications into the house because people were saying, oh, well, that needed grass. There's live oak trees. You're never going to get grass. The leaves fall all year round, you know. So you need to put grass, and oh, you need to do this, and you need to do that. And I'm like, why are you making these changes? Lower the rent by $50 a month, and you'll rent the place. You know, like, you're going to spend $1,200 to try to make $500. I don't understand the logic here, you know, but yeah.
Well, I mean, over time, then it can be worthwhile.
But they leave. They only stay a month, and then she just did a bad job.
Yeah. I don't know. The place I'm renting now, a new property management company came in, and they're just revamping everything. They did all the townhouses in my unit. They completely redid the backyard, so that's all nice. And they just basically fixed everything and made it halfway decent. And then but they raised the rent by a lot too. So there's like one lady that had been there for 25 years. She just moved out. And then one next to them had been there for 10 years. They just moved out. So obviously, and I still, like, I was looking around. I couldn't find a place like this that was within $500 a month of what I'm paying for this place. So I feel like I stole it. But
yeah, we're still paying low rent because when she bought the place, she wanted to renovate, and I was like, no, we're cool. You know, just keep the rent where it's at, and we already live here, you know. So
right.
You renovate when we leave. So, but she did raise the rent on us like $50 and made us start paying for our water. So it like comes out to like an extra $120 a month.
Yeah. All right. So Maggie Love MTC says, good morning. What does being eligible to sell FBA toys and games store actually mean? I mean, I already do that, but exactly does that mean now for fourth quarter? Okay, so basically what she's asking about is the fourth quarter, like, you know, like every year when you want to try and sell games and toys on Amazon, they always bring out this notification. It's like you can't sell them merchant fulfilled unless you've had a sale by a certain date and you maintain a certain sales volume level. So as long as you're selling toys FBA, then you'll always be able to sell them FBA. It's just, if you try to sell them merchant fulfilled, then you won't be able to unless you meet the requirements to sell toys and games during quarter four. Not that big of a deal, but I mean, you hear those stories about really hot toys that are just getting sold so fast that literally you can be in a store, list it on Amazon before you even pay for the item, and it'll sell before you leave. I mean, that if you want to be part of that, then yeah, you're gonna need to meet certain requirements. But I mean, I haven't experienced that myself yet, unfortunately.
So like the Amazon folklore of the,
yeah. Well, I mean,
when you're standing in the store and it sells before you leave.
Yeah. Before you even have to pay for it, it sells. No, but it does happen. And I mean, for me, you know, it could be a couple of days before even in quarter four when I'm actually really trying to push out as much stuff as I can as fast as I can. Like I don't really put off shipments as much. However, it'll still take me a few days. And in that few days, if something sells, then rather just get the sale right away without having to ship it into Amazon, you know. So
And they do those evaluations every 2 weeks. So
yeah.
you might not have it now, and then in a month you do, or you might have it now, and in 2 weeks it goes away.
Yeah,
They reevaluate that every 2 weeks.
I mean, I've only been selling on Amazon for a year. Last year, the cutoff was like August or something. And my first sale on Amazon was September 20th. And then by like October or November, I met the requirements to sell merchant fulfilled. So they actually keep evaluating. They don't just, it's not like you're cut off and then you can't sell during Q4. You still have time to like, they'll still keep watching your account. And as soon as you hit those numbers, then they'll let you.
Yeah, so you get those little flags that freak you out every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so pay attention to those performance notifications. They're very, very important.
Open your account and go, oh my God! Oh, okay, it's just selling privilege. Okay.
Yard sale hunter watching the show from school again. I feel like such a bad influence.
Oh. What are you doing, young man?
So once you get approved for merchant fulfilled, then you can do merchant fulfilled. I mean, basically, if you try to list a toy during Q4 and it won't let you, then it could be because you're restricted. And then you just have to wait for that restriction to get listed. And that's just selling. Just keep selling stuff, and eventually your numbers will get up there if you hit the right levels. And it's not that much. It's not. What are the requirements? It's not anything.
Like 30 items or something.
Yeah. It's like 30 items in your history of selling on Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Let me see. I got the email they sent the other day, I think.
You do not need to start doing merchant fulfilled to be eligible. It just lets you do it if you feel like it. There's no... That's what was weird, because like back last year when I did this, everything was Amazon or was FBA. Like all the stuff that I was selling, I didn't sell anything merchant fulfilled. And yeah, these guys are just I don't know. It was they just sent me that thing, and I've never sold anything merchant fulfilled, but I still met the requirements. So it's like whatever.
It's 25 orders between September 1st and October the 31st.
Of 2015?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 25.
And then short-term order defect rate must be no greater than 1% by November the 1st.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice things about FBA, like selling through Amazon. You get like all these bonus points to your seller performance rating on every single order, because it's like an extra 10 points or 100 points or something like that. I mean, the number of points that I have to get before I like my seller rating starts getting chipped away at is ridiculous, you know. So
it's kind of weird, because it says like one of them I don't even have, but it still says that I'm approved to do it. That my pre-fulfillment cancel rate must be no greater than 1.75%. Your current pre-fulfillment cancel rate is 2.041%.
how do you have a 2% cancel?
Because I don't get very many merchant fulfilled, and those are merchant fulfilled cancellations.
How did you?
Because I had one that I didn't have anymore.
Oh.
Like it said that I had it was, for some reason it was listed twice, and I sold it, and then like 2 months later I sold the other one, but I didn't have another one. I only had the one to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad thing that you can do.
Well, I mean, it was like 2 different MSKUs for the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm like at the last part of, or very close to getting one dropped off. I had this person buy something from me in Puerto Rico, merchant fulfilled. Like it was one of the first things I ever tried to sell merchant fulfilled, and I stopped because of this. But they bought it, and the address that they gave me was incorrect. Like there was no way that it wasn't even an address, and like I couldn't put it into the mail or whatever. Like it wouldn't let me print out a label, nothing. And then so I was like, what do I do? And Amazon was like, oh, just cancel the order. So I canceled the order because I tried to get a hold of them for like 3 days, and I was like, look, either I'm gonna get dinged for like not sending this item out soon enough, or I'm gonna get dinged for canceling the order.
You should have just canceled it as buyer cancellation.
I did.
Then it wouldn't have been a ding.
Well, the buyer has to agree to
I don't.
I don't know. All I know is that's the only thing that I have a defect rating on. It's like -500 or something, but I've
Yeah,
got like
I mean, I could have totally just lied about mine, but I didn't. I just put, I'm out of stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was ethical. Stupid ethical.
All right. So the other thing that I wanted to kind of touch on is the seller protection policy. That I guess they're changing things up a little bit on the updated seller protection policy. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. My daughter would love that thing.
It's a metal one, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know where it came from. It was just sitting up here.
It's Halloween. Get that thing sold.
Right. I need to list this damn. I have my daughter's Elsa dress and a wig that she didn't even use because I ordered her one from Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was like super long. It had the bangs that went back, and it was badass.
Yeah, I bought one of the things I got at the Wampay. It's on my haul video. It was like a nightgown, but it looked just like Little Red Riding Hood. So I got to get that thing listed, or else it'll never freaking sell.
Yeah, because I have this wig that I bought at the Halloween store, the Elsa ones, that she didn't use because they're really tiny.
Yeah.
And they just look dumb. Like,
Well,
and they're like this long. Like, it looks like Elsa has a bob.
typical.
You know?
Like,
So, yeah, I ordered her a super long one, like adult size, super long cosplay one. It was awesome.
Right. So have you ever looked at the eBay best practices?
Sure.
Like, basically, like, if you want to avoid a defect, if you want to avoid, like, if you want eBay on your side when you go to open a case, or if you have a problem buyer or whatever, I mean, basically all you need to do is follow their best practices, and most of the time they'll side with you. And I've had them side with me several times on things that were customers had issues. And I mean, I've had eBay straight up tell me, don't worry about it. If they try to return it, we will cancel the return. If they try to leave a feedback, we'll remove it. If they, you don't have to worry about refunding them. You're in the right. This is buyer's remorse. They're stuck with it. Had eBay tell me that. And then when the only thing you have to worry about is they can still open up a case in PayPal. And now that PayPal's separate from eBay, then you can go to, you have to deal with PayPal now. And this is what happened to me like a couple months ago when I sold this. I sold like this old vintage phone, and I sold it as a prop, untested, blah, blah, blah. And this guy sends me a message a month later like, hey, I want a partial refund because this thing is broken. I was like, well, yeah, it's like said it was broken. And basically,
What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Call someone?
Yeah, he wanted to use it for a real phone or something. I was like, look, I'm not going to give you, or, well, first I was going to just do it. He wanted like $10. But I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to fight this just so that I can see what happens when I fight one of these issues. And, you know, I had good pictures. I had clear return policy that he was outside of. I had, like, basically I did everything right on my end. I shipped it fast. And he started changing his story. You know, it started out like, oh, the ringer doesn't ring, and the voice, like, I can't hear anything through the handset. It's like, well, I mean, I said it was untested. And then, but I called eBay before I responded to him, and that's what they said. You're totally in the right, 100%, we'll back you, don't worry about a thing. All right, so I sent this guy a message, like, sorry, I'm not giving you a refund. I mean, it's as is. That's what I said it was, and you got exactly what you said you were getting. And the thing is, he didn't want to return it anyway. He just wanted a partial refund. He wanted me to take his word for it that there was something wrong with it. And if there was something actually wrong with it, if he intended to use it as a phone, don't you think instead of asking for a partial refund, he would just ask for a full refund because he has no use for it now?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this guy was also a seller. He had like 4,500 feedback, and been around for a while. But anyway, after eBay sided with me and I told him sorry, he got on PayPal and asked for a $10 partial refund through PayPal, and I was like, nope.
What an asshole.
And so then after I denied that, he went back and asked for a full claim through PayPal for the full price of the auction. And I was like, started going back and forth with PayPal, like sending him pictures. He said that it had been damaged. Now, like I said, he changed his mind. But he sent a picture. I had asked him for a picture of the item when he first sent me started going back and forth. And he sent me a picture of it. And there was nothing wrong with it. It looked exactly like it did when I shipped it out. And so I uploaded that picture to PayPal. I uploaded the messages and everything, and then I called PayPal and I was like, look, this is what's going on. This is what happened. Do I need to refund this guy? And they're like, oh no, we're gonna close this claim in your favor right now. And I did. Like 5 seconds later, I had the money in my account.
I need to file a claim. I bought a purse, and the lady sent it, and it smelled really bad, like musty mold smell. And I didn't really know what to do because I'm not, And so I sent her a message, and I'm like, this purse stinks, She didn't have a return policy, and I'm like, I can't, do anything with this, so I'm going to see if I can get it to air out, I don't really want to spray it with anything if I'm going to return it. And she was going to take the return back, but then she was like, well, I can give you a partial refund if you want to keep it. And I was like, well, let me see if it, just smells any better, And it's been a little while, and I sprayed it with Febreze, and it doesn't smell any better. Still stinks. But I've gotten used to using the little wristlet that came with it, like it was a little wallet. And so I don't want the purse, because it stinks.
How much did you pay for it?
It was $59.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, but I got used to using the little wristlet every day, and she still hasn't given me my partial refund, so I don't know what to do. Like, I am going to contact her and go, like, where the hell is my $20, first of all. But then if she doesn't want to give me my $20, then I guess I'm going to have to send the damn thing back, like, as an INAT. It still stinks. You can still smell it. I've had it for, like, 3 weeks.
I would send it back as soon as possible.
I know. But then I'm going to have to send back the little wristlet that came with it, and I want to keep that.
Is it worth $59?
No.
You find another wristlet?
I guess.
For a lot less money?
Probably.
There you go. Question answered.
I just don't like dealing with conflict. I'm not like.
There is no conflict. You're in the
it's just like it's unimportant. She needs to send me my $20.
Yeah.
And if not, I guess I'm just gonna have to contact eBay, and maybe they'll just give me all my money back. I'm gonna be like, look, this purse smells.
Yeah.
Smells.
Call eBay. See what they say. They really respond better if you call them, whether you're a seller or a buyer. And that's one of the things that I'm kind of worried about. Like when you're fighting with a buyer, what if they call eBay too? And they make a big deal out of it. I mean, but I don't know who they would side with in that case. But all right, so Yard Sale Hunter asks, he recently bought something on Amazon and used a gift card to pay for about 60% of the item. If he cancels the order, will he get his money back or just the cost that he paid? So basically, you'll get back the money that you spent on it, and then they'll charge the balance of the gift card back to the gift card, I guess. I mean, that's usually how they do that, isn't it?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, so you should just have your gift card money back. And I mean,
but don't most people, when they use up a gift card, they just throw it away?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's Amazon, so it goes on a little key code or something.
Oh, okay, because I know, like, when I get a gift card and I get done with it, I just throw away. So if they gave me credit back on it, I'm like, I don't have that anymore.
Well, no, they'll just make another gift card.
Oh, they'll give you, like, a store credit?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Store credit, gift card, it's just a different word. So, yeah. Should be able to get that back. I've actually gotten cash back for gift cards in the past. It's been a long time, but that's what they used to do. Is like if I'd come back with a item that I'd paid with a gift card, and I didn't have the gift card anymore, then they would just give me the cash back. I've had that happen a couple times, but That's been a
Make sure to cash in your Radio Shack gift cards because you only have so much time
yeah.
before they're not worth anything anymore.
They're just bankrupt, right? I mean, they're
Yeah, but I think you have like only so much limited time to like cash in the cards
yeah.
to get your money back.
I do
I
not.
was looking for a Radio Shack the other day when I needed to find a 2-ended cable. It was the same end on both sides. And I was like, where am I ever going to find one of those? And I'm like, Radio Shack. Doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you ever needed Radio Shack for was like speaker wire and cables.
Yeah. I don't know. I've done a little retail arbitrage at Radio Shack here and there, made some pretty good money, especially when they were having their clearance. I did pretty well. There were several things that I bought at Radio Shack that were, $10, $20 that I was selling for over $100.
What was the last thing I ever bought at a Radio Shack? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure, it was some kind of cable.
Yeah, that's what they're good for. Overpriced cables and clearance. But anyway, as far as the best practices on eBay, if you want to kind of avoid all those issues, clearly describe the item, obviously. So what does clearly describe the item mean? Make sure that you're...
Look at the pictures.
Be honest about the condition. Take really good pictures. Don't call it refurbished if it's just used, even if it works.
I see a lot of people that their description is just look at the pictures.
Yeah.
That's their description. Look at the pictures.
I mean, I usually, when I make a listing, I'll take pictures, and depending on what it is, I mean, there are things that I've got one picture of, and I'm not going to sit there and take a million pictures of it. It's like people know exactly what they're getting when they get this, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm not going to take a million pictures. And then I've got other things that are like pretty small, but I've got lots and lots and lots of pictures from every angle just to make sure that there's no confusion. But yeah, make sure that you mention any flaws. I mean, that's a big one, because if a customer gets something and they're like, oh, it was stained, or oh, it had a tear or whatever, and you mention that in the description, then eBay is just going to side with you.
I try not to sell anything that has like defects like that, but if it's an obvious issue, I'll put it on the picture. I'm like, there is a hole here, and so that, I mean, it's really clear. I mean, you can't miss it. Even those people that just flip through pictures and they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, it says it right there. Like, there's a hole there.
It depends on what the item is. I mean, if it's a really nice dress shirt, obviously I'm not going to sell it unless it looks like it could just be dry cleaned and look new again. But I mean, if it's like a camp shirt or something, like a flannel work shirt, and there's a couple stains or a little tear or something or some loose threads, I'm not too concerned about that, because I mean, people are buying something like that to work in, and I mean, they'll probably just patch it or something, if they want to fix it. And if they can get it for half price, if it's like $100 shirt and I'm selling it for $25 because it's got a hole in the side, then somebody will be like, oh, all I need to do is patch that up, and then I'll just wear it to work, Terms and conditions. So make sure that you have your return policy clearly defined. That's pretty easy. The better your return policy, the more generous your return policy, the better off you're going to be. Like I do 14 days. I know a lot of people do 30 days. And I mean, last year I opted into the 6-month, whatever, like the holiday returns. Guess how many holiday returns did you get last year? Did you do that, Deb?
Yeah, I did. I don't think I got any.
0.
I think it might have been one that I didn't know was from. I don't get a lot of returns.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of returns, and I do seller paid returns.
Yeah.
And I still don't get a lot of returns. Like I get one every couple months.
I've gotten like one return in the last 3 months, I think. And it was a vintage shirt that ended up being too small for the guy. Remember that?
I have one return that was going to be coming back, but she was like in Ireland, and she thought I was going to pay the return shipping. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. That's something, the managed returns or the return center is only something available to domestic United States customers, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
International customers can't even access that area.
Yeah.
And I was like, the international customers are responsible for their own return shipping, and I haven't heard from her.
Yeah.
And it was just a sizing thing. They just didn't fit. But I'm like, they were $19 shoes. Like, why are you paid $30 to get them shipped to you? Like,
right.
What's wrong with you? Like,
okay, so I think the most important thing when you're dealing with customers, use the resolution center to respond. Don't just send messages back and forth. Using messages is fine, because eBay's got a record of all those. But don't start like emailing customers and stuff like that. You want to make sure that everything stays on eBay. I mean, every once in a while I'll get an email from a customer. Somehow they get my email, and they'll be like, "Hey, this happened."
on your PayPal.
Such and such, yeah. And then I'll have to like figure out who it is, go back to the order ID, and then message them through the auction. And they'll just copy and paste the email. Be like, "Hey, I received this email from you. I want to keep this on eBay. Here you go." Unless it's, I don't know, every once in a while, if it's something that they're being really cool about and they just want to keep it off of eBay for whatever reason, I'll evaluate, I mean, sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, well, thanks for keeping it off. Let's go do this." Yeah, we'll figure it out ourselves, but specify shipping and handling services. Okay, so there's one that it's pretty easy to get in trouble with, and like for me, I've gotten in trouble with it in the past, like I'll do standard shipping, and I'll just sit there and get into my groove where I'm just like listing stuff really fast, and then I'll get something like a DVD lot or a lot of VHS tapes or something, and they'll be the idea is to send a media mail, but when I do the listing, then I've got it set up for like standard shipping, or maybe I accidentally put priority shipping on the auction, and then when the person pays, they're expecting to get it within a certain amount of time. So you got to be careful about that. Pay attention. Make sure that you clearly state shipping costs. So one thing that I never do is ask a customer for more money for shipping.
Oh, that's ridiculous. If somebody ever asked me for more money, I would laugh in their face.
Exactly. I mean, just eat it if you have to. I've done that like back in the day when I first started, and I didn't really understand how much things could possibly cost to ship.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna sell.
So that's a lesson you learn real quick.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so this thing's worth like $30 or $40. I'll just sell it for $35 with free shipping, and ends up being like a 25-pound item, and you go to
Yeah.
ship it, it's like $36 to ship. Damn it! But yeah, just chalk it up as a learning experience. Don't ask for more. And
you don't do it twice. I mean, you don't. Not you do that one time, and that's it.
Pretty much. But
I mean, it's like I sold that cat kettle thing that I had on Etsy, and I'm not real familiar with Etsy. I've only ever listed like 4 things, and they just implemented their new like calculated shipping, that they would actually do calculated shipping.
mm-hmm.
You used to have to specify how much you wanted to charge. And apparently I did it all wrong, and so I ended up eating the shipping of that cat kettle it went to Ireland, and I just had to eat it. It was like $36 or something like that, $35 to ship it.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's, don't do it a lot and you'll be fine. If you keep doing it, then you'll go out of business. But
yeah.
Use signature confirmation. eBay recommends that you use signature confirmation on any item over $750.
So I thought it was $250.
They're saying $750. Me, I do signature confirmation on pretty much anything over $100.
Yeah, because you have to do signature for $250 for your PayPal to cover you.
Yeah. Oh, is it $250 for PayPal to cover you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean,
I just go ahead and insure it. I mean, it's cheaper to insure the package than it is to put signature confirmation on it.
Yeah, but it's easier to get your money back if you do signature confirmation, because if you insure it, then you have to go through the insurance company instead of telling eBay, yeah, it got delivered, they signed for it.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got something that, I mean, I normally just go ahead and put it on there. I'm more inclined to put signature confirmation on Amazon stuff than I am on eBay stuff, like if it's merchant fulfilled, because Amazon won't back you. If it says it's delivered and you didn't have a signature, they're like, so?
Yeah.
Like, and like, but eBay, all you have to do is have it shown as delivered. On Amazon, they don't care if it says it was delivered, that you still have to eat it.
Yeah. That's why I send everything through FBA. Upload tracking on all your transactions. I mean, most people, I think, by now have figured out, especially if you're watching this show, that you can print your own shipping through eBay, and it's a lot cheaper than going to the post office.
Yeah.
However, if you're still going to the post office to
Stop it.
drop things off or whatever, and you're paying for shipping at the counter and all that stuff, just make sure you put the tracking number in there. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's automatically uploaded if you use eBay shipping, so that's kind of a no-brainer. But yeah, I know a lot of guys that do like really small stuff, like back before the top-rated requirements with the certain amount of tracked items or whatever. Like you have to have a certain amount of your items delivered and have the tracking confirmed to qualify for top-rated seller status. I would sell stuff and just put a stamp on it, like magic cards and like just basically anything that would fit into a small enough envelope where it passes the first class, throw a stamp on it and go test.
It would almost be worth having a second account just for those items, just so, because it doesn't really matter, like not having a top-rated seller status on a different account, that you could just sell smalls. That it really, wasn't a big deal. Slap a stamp on it and go on about your day. Yeah,
like video game manuals and boxes and stuff like that. I mean, that stuff sells really well. And I mean, if you have a lot of listings and you're selling 100 of those items a day, or 50 of those items a day, and you're only making like $2 or $3 an item, it adds up, and they're so easy to ship. I mean, literally, you just print out the address on the envelope and then throw a stamp on it, stick it in there, and you're done. And I mean, I had really good luck selling stuff that way. I know, like with photographs and stuff, a lot of people do it, but I mean, the only problem is no tracking, no care. eBay will just be like, oh, well, we got to give him this money back because he said that he didn't.
I mean, but normally those items are really inexpensive.
Yeah, and that stuff is so inexpensive that, first of all, it's okay. It doesn't hurt you to eat a $5 item. And most customers are going to just be happy that they got their item. And it's not enough money for them to sit there and make a big deal out of it and try to fight, So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you kind of stick to that stuff, then you shouldn't have any issues. I mean, when it comes to returns, 30-day return policy is the best. I mean, 14 days is what you have to have. It's going to change to 30 days, though. When does it change to 30 days? February, right?
I think so.
When the new seller update goes through, they're changing it to, so that you're going to need to do a 30%, or you're going to need a 30-day return policy. Don't charge restocking fees. Or pay for shipping on your returns. I pay for shipping. I've got hassle-free returns set up. If somebody opens a case, all they have to do is print out the shipping label, and they still don't. Nobody does. Seems like every return that I get, they still go to the post office. They pay twice as much for the return postage, and then they expect me to pay for it. I'm like, no, I'm not paying for it. You had all you had to do was follow the instructions when you opened your case to return it to me. I mean, unless it's something really small and the person is trying to avoid me getting an INAD, then I might pay for it. But that's just something that I work out with the customer. Okay, so here's a good one. Offer a replacement when you have the depth of inventory to support a replacement in lieu of a refund. Otherwise, use the money back as your refund option. So, like, if it's something that you have multiples of, or it's something that you can find another one. Like, I do this all the time with video games. People will call me, and they'll be like, yeah, I got this game, and it didn't work, or there was this issue with it or that issue with it. what are you going to do about it? Then I'll just be like, I'll send you another one. I'll go and try and find a copy of it today. And then I'll just call all my local game stores around town until I find one. And even if it ends up costing me money, at least I made the customer happy. I mean, most of the time they would rather have their item than their money back, because they're just going to get their money back and then have to go through the hassle of buying another one somewhere else. So, I mean, I'd rather just, you know, go above and beyond in the customer service end and eat a couple bucks. Wait until items are returned before you issue a refund. Yeah. Privately alert us if a buyer was misusing the process after you've successfully resolved the return. This action will not impact your seller standing and helps eBay build and refine future detection capabilities against return misuse. So if you get a return and it's one of those where the customer, you like send them a VCR and then they just smash it with a hammer and send it back to you, make an unboxing video when the package gets there and then have it ready to send to eBay. And I mean, maybe they'll side with you, maybe not, but don't be afraid to call them. Calling them is the best way. If you ship internationally, specify your return policy for international purchases. We already talked about that. But like Deb said right there, you know, she says you say it in your auctions, return or I cover return shipping or any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's just part of the return policy.
Okay, it's just part of the return policy. So
it'll say at the top free ship. It'll say free, like it says free returns on the top of the auction.
Yeah, hassle-free returns or whatever.
No, it just says free returns.
Okay, yeah. So
they don't call it hassle-free anymore. I think they got rid of that.
Okay, so just make sure that your international customers understand that it's not free for them.
Yeah, I don't normally print that on the back of the. What happened was I normally print two-sided invoices. One side is the actual invoice, and the other side is the instructions on how to do a return, how to contact me if they have questions, and it also has like a coupon code. And I accidentally printed. It looks like this. I accidentally printed on the back side of the invoice about the return center and about the hassle-free returns. And so that was my fault for like mentioning that, but it's still not something she qualifies for.
Right. All right. So Joe Panico is asking in the chat about something Dusty mentioned the other day. He got a negative feedback. He got a negative feedback on Amazon, but it was a product review. Anytime you get a negative, like a seller feedback on Amazon that's obviously related to the product that you're selling, it kind of depends on how they word it. Sometimes they'll let it go, or it depends on how they word it. But if it's a product review and you contact Amazon and tell them, I need this feedback removed, it's a product review, they'll just take it down. You don't even have to call them. You don't have to do anything. It's usually automated. So they'll just remove it. But what else were we going to talk about? Oh, I know what else we were going to talk about. Somebody had another eBay bug come up. It's like with do you do any variation listings on eBay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. I posted a haul video yesterday, and if you didn't watch it when I posted, go back and check it. Whoa, go back and check it out. It's I went to the Lampay on Tuesday and got some pretty cool stuff. So, but yeah, one of the comments was James Solent. Hi, I'd really appreciate it if you could talk about a major glitch with eBay in your next video. Currently widespread across eBay, millions of multi-variation listings have a glitch. Instead of the selected main image appearing in search results, a random variation image is appearing instead. Sometimes the main image will appear, but a lot of the time it will be a single variation that is shown. This is not good at all, has a huge detrimental effect on sales. For example, somebody has a multi-variation listing of 60 different earrings. Their main image should be showing off all 60 styles, but eBay is only showing one variation. It's only 2% of what the seller actually has for sale is being shown, and it makes the viewer think that that's the only thing that's for sale in the listing. The listing only appeals to the small percentage of viewers that are after a cat-shaped earring. It's the same for everything. There's affecting approximately 70% of multivariation images. Not all have been affected with this glitch. If you do a search for anything that is part of a multivariation listing, you will likely see the issue yourself. You may need to refresh the search to get a variation image to show, as the main images are sometimes showing, but not others. It's random. It's causing massive issues for thousands of sellers across eBay and the world. Be grateful if you share this with the community, as a lot of resellers won't know about it, and it will be affecting them. So if you're doing variation,
mine are all fine.
huh?
Mine are all fine.
Okay. Well, I know exactly what they're talking about. I don't know about this glitch. I didn't hear about this. But
I don't understand. Well, because see, my main gallery photo, it's not like eBay creates a gallery photo for you of all of your items. You have to make it yourself, you know. So my main gallery photo is just a photo collage that I created of some of the items that were available. That's my main gallery photo. I don't have anything else coming out.
Well, what they're saying is that randomly it's choosing one of the other images to be the main gallery photo. And maybe if they refresh, then it reverts back, or maybe it picks a different photo. I don't know. But apparently, like, say like you've got a picture of 10 different earrings. You know, like you've got a listing with 10 different sets of earrings. All the picture or the original post, like the original image, has all of the different styles in the picture, and that's your main image. That's what you want people to click on. And then when they click on the auction, they can sit there and see pictures for each individual set of earrings and get like a close-up. But what it's doing is it's taking like one of those random pictures and making that the main image, apparently. I don't know. I haven't experienced this, but I mean, if you are having an issue with this, like any of you that are watching, let us know. I mean, we can.
So what's the resolution? Is it to go in and update your gallery photos? Like, you know how you can go in and update gallery photos?
Well, this guy's saying that there is no resolution. It's just a bug.
Well, I've had problems with, I mean, everybody's had problems with gallery photos before, you know, not showing up. Like, have you ever had them sometimes where they just don't show up?
Yeah.
Like, they're there. When you click on the image, like when you click on the listing, it's there, but in the actual search result, there's nothing. It's just gray. Mm-hmm. And you can go in over to the little tool thing that they have about correcting gallery photos. Have they tried to see if that helped?
I don't know. They just left that comment. I read the entire comment to you. That's.
Well, I'm answering the question to the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're supposed to know these things, Paul. No, I'm like saying, like, they need to see if the gallery photo update tool helps their issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be a pain in the ass if you have like hundreds of listings.
Yeah, on one if you got to go through every single one, oh my God, can you imagine?
I think we've all gone through every single one of our listings due to some glitch or another.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, it's just something that happens.
All right, so Michael Wallace, is it me or does it drive others crazy to have to drive past the Wampay and not be able to stop because you already have too much stuff? Oh yes, that's the worst.
Michael Wallace, if you stop at the Weigh and Pay, I'm coming to Florida and kicking your ass.
Yeah. The Weigh and Pay, it's kind of a magical place where you feel like you should be paying admission. Yeah, I don't know. I can't go to the Weigh and Pay unless I have plenty of space for lots of stuff, because it's absolutely impossible for me to walk into the Weigh and Pay and walk out with less than 2 carts full of stuff. I don't think that. I watch these people in the Weigh and Pay. They've got like a little baggie. I'm like, how the hell are you doing that? How do you control yourself? I don't understand. Makes no sense to me.
They're just walking along, do. Oh, I would like that. And then they go to the counter and they pay, and then they leave.
I know. It's like, whatever you just did, teach me, show me.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess, what do you think? Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, I gotta go pick up Patrick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we got for an hour, and I don't want to do this by myself. So, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. If you have any comments, suggestions for shows, topics, anything like that, or just any questions for us, you know, about some of the stuff that we've been talking about, anything you want us to expand on more, you can comment in the comment section below after the show goes offline. You can also go to the Reseller Wake Up. It's my Facebook group. Post any questions, comments, suggestions, anything over there. Post the latest episode of the show right there at the top of the group. Real easy to find if you find the shows through Facebook. And another thing you can do is just subscribe to my channel, and you'll get all the how-to videos that I post and all the haul videos, and just get notified whenever a new show's going live, or when I'm an hour late like I was this morning, you'll know. So if you like the content, if you like the show, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, just hit that thumbs up. It's the quickest and easiest way to let us know that you like it. And yeah, Resale Ronin on Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I got most of them covered. But yeah, if you look for Resale Ronin, that's me. And Deb, you have any announcements before we go?
Nope.
All right. Pinching Pesos, go check her out on YouTube. Bitcoin.